So many goals early in games. I mean, just the last two games, USC only had one goal in the first. Minnesota had 0 in the first. Bollinger's had a great start to the year. Move it to the inside. A one-man wrecking crew to the goal. Charles Beasley. He'll just do it himself. As there's a penalty on a formation setup for GCU. It's going to make a quick setup. Dante again. 5 on the day.
Oh my God.
A lot of shot attempts for the Panthers. 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, as the Panthers was able to get off 4 shots here, as Reginelli was the final shot there, and they're going to look to get another one off right here.
They have no choice. Here it is, Walker, and he'll get it! 1 second is all they need left on the shot clock. Walker with the score. Has a goal, has several assists as well. Gets it to Elijah. Morset looking, pass inside. The Columbus! 6 on the day! Welcome to the battle under the Tempest sky as the Chapman Panthers will be taking on the Grand Canyon University Antelopes here on Wilson Field. It's going to be a big matchup for the Chapman Panthers and Grand Canyon with 2 teams that have a lot to prove. We want to welcome you guys into the studio. I'm Alejandro Flores here with Lindsay Johnson. Lindsay, how do you feel about today's game?
I am so
Angelachi, who struggled last game versus Pomona, she's having a save percentage right now of 54%, including a big save that she got to end the half, which allowed the Tigers to still have their 3-possession lead. And this is what you're talking about. Starting off quick, it's going to start with these draws, and Ng has done a fantastic job winning these draws early in the game. You saw even Olivia Ning's one of her early draws that she won. She was able to take down the field and get an assist that led to a big Panthers score. So here we go to start the second half of play. 30 minutes left to go. And this one's going to go into the favor of the Tigers. Actually, Carr, that was the one who was going to be doing the first time she ever did a draw.
An interesting move out of the locker room by Coach Benson. As you mentioned, Carr being the one to do that draw. But for the Panthers, this is a massive, massive defensive possession. We saw some great defense from them in the final 2 minutes of that second quarter. Now they have to keep that up and then get a goal right back.
Moylan working inside, can't find anything. Here's one of the key players inside, and a key big shot to start the half. Okamoto first score for the Tigers within 1 minute of play.
That's her 3rd of the season right there, and we saw her last season. She was the goal threat of all goal threats for this Tigers team last year, had 35 last season. 11 of those were free possession goals, this time in open play, and she makes this a completely different ball game. Exactly what Coach Slack would have wanted right out of the half. Now Coach Benson has to continue to change those tactics ever more.
All of a sudden the Tigers steal right back the momentum that the Panthers had. You know, the Panthers scored the last 2 goals of that first half, and it looked like the Panthers were probably going to come out in the second half on fire, feeling themselves ready to engage. And the Tigers take all the momentum away with an early score, now of 4 scores, 9-5. We want to remind you guys to also check out this game on our social media page. This game is going to be playing on the Sky Network, our YouTube page. We also keep updated with everything CSBN on Instagram. Here's the draw, picked up by the Panthers. Carlson, another great pickup off of a draw.
And now you got to be smart here if you're the Panthers. These midfielders in particular, as well as the players working from the X, now with Holmes, has been by far the best player for the Panthers on the offensive side of the ball with that hat trick in the first half. They're going to need to rely on her and Morrissey, who has a brace of her own, to be able to get back into this game and challenge Angelachi.
Carlson, inside, pass a little out of control. It's going to be recovered by the Panthers, working to the top to Morrissey. Carlson, she's only had 1 shot attempt so far in this game. You'd like to see her get going.
I mean, it's kind of uncharacteristic of Annika. Obviously was so good both at facilitating the offense and putting the ball in the back of the net last year.
Uh-oh, inside, score for the Panthers, right back at it. Here they come. Reagan with a great shot.
And that's big time for Reagan. Her first goal of the season. Got the start in this one over Huss, one of our key players. We wanted to see more out of Huss, especially as a spark player off the bench, but Reagan coming in and gets her first goal of the season. Could this potentially be the turnaround that the Panthers need heading into this second half?
Well, definitely cuts off the momentum that Oxy needed. You can see the music. It's really actually starting to pump up the Panthers team from the bench. Got a lot of players dancing, excited, and the momentum has completely shifted back. Ing on the face-off. She'll be going against Moylan.
I mean, they
A
need
9-6 game.
They need to have that dance party vibe to be able to get back into this game. They need to keep their heads up. Obviously, it's an uphill battle, still down by 3, but if you're able to keep those vibes, keep them uplifting, all it takes is 1, 2 goals maybe, and then just like that, Occidental is now having the pressure turned on them.
And it's picked up by, oh, it was going to be picked up by Annika. Annika, oh, she puts herself a little bit through some adversity, but she picks it up anyways. Annika off of the draw.
Sometimes great players just like to toy around at times. Give themselves a little bit of a challenge.
Looks good on film. There's a pass to Morsi. Morsi working through the top to Sheed. Inside. She loses it. She'll reset it. There was an open opportunity, yep, and she passes it inside. Oh, backhander! Hello! Reagan with her second score in a row, and the Panthers within 2 for the first time since the first quarter.
She just went backdoor right there, folks. My goodness, and now Occidental has to have a team meeting on the defensive side, figuring out what just happened as Ava Reagan back-to-back just like that, and all of a sudden, the vibes here for the Panthers, oh my goodness,
As you can
on
see,
another level.
The Panthers bench is loving it right now. Dance Till You're Dead, it seems to be their theme song after every single goal, and they love it down on the field. And we just talked about Occidental. They get the first goal of the third quarter. Looks like they steal the momentum right back. Panthers strike back 2 extremely quick goals. It's 7-9. And off we go with the draw. Ing has won the last 2. She's been fantastic tonight too on the draws. We wait in anticipation. The draw is picked up by, is this going to be Carlson for a third time? No, it will not. It's still down. It's still around. And it's out of bounds. And that's going to be possession to the Panthers off of the loose ball. So it won't count as a ground ball pickup, but a great job by the Panthers to win the possession.
I mean, I'm not sure if you've been keeping track, Alejandro, but the team that has gotten possession of these ground balls, as Angelacci just took that one right to the cage.
Ooh. Stood in front of the goal and stood tall. She's able to get another save.
Glad to see that she's okay, because they're going to need her, especially with the way that the Panthers have come out firing after that opening goal by the Tigers.
Tigers moving down the sidelines quick. Kim working around the edge. She just wants to get past the 30, loses the attackers. Kim cuts inside. They're going to say foot stepped out of bounds. Panthers retain possession. It's a 7-9 game, and they have a chance to bring it within 1. Well, the ball is loose, and it's picked up by Pelton. That one's out of control. It's loose.
See, I love that from Wakuta. Recognized that that ball was not in her net and ultimately just rolled it back to herself out of harm's way. Could have been a troublesome play for the Panthers. But ultimately, now with the chance to cut the lead down to 1, Alejandro.
Wakuta, that's going to be a big play that's going to be recognized, especially if this possession turns into a score. Carlson, she does not recover. It's actually recovered by Holmes. Holmes, the leading scorer with 3 goals. Carlson didn't like the passing lane inside. Carlson is double teamed. She had Holmes on the left for a split second. It closes up, and Ing has the ball at the top. Ing pushing close to the 12. Ing moving inside, close to the 8. Inside, shot on goal. Oh, another turnaround for the Panthers. We are within 1 score.
Ada Carr, ka-chow, just like that. And striking like Lightning McQueen right there. My goodness. And we have a completely different story right now. Panthers were down by 3 heading into the half. Now down by 1, Alejandro. You have to love the way they responded, especially after that first goal by Okamoto. It looked like it started to slip away. We talked about heading into this second half, how they would be able to respond. Obviously gave up that first goal, but ever since, it's been nothing but Chaptown.